Oh, what a beautiful day. Around here, the sunshine is falling in the form of rain, and the clouds have obscured the bright morning sky. However, we're glad for the rain. We are glad for the forecast for more rain. And today, it's Wednesday morning here, April 15th. It's tax day. Now, there are people that will file their taxes honestly and truthfully, and there are other people that will file their taxes and they'll try to get away with not claiming income or some other creative methods of deceiving the Internal Revenue Service. Often they'll get caught, and it's becoming easier and easier, I think, for the IRS because of all the computerization. Well, the Apostle Paul went to Jerusalem, as we've looked at, after 14 years, connected with the church leaders there, the men of good reputation, and he was explaining his ministry to them. And they were rejoicing in what God was doing through him, while the church there in Jerusalem was continuing to share the good news. Well, this time, Paul brought with him Barnabas and Titus. Titus was a Greek, an uncircumcised Greek, and for him to be in Jerusalem was unusual, unless you're a Roman soldier, and Titus wasn't that. And he was in the fellowship of the Christians there in Jerusalem. Paul here is saying, but not even Titus, who was with me, though he was a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised, but it was because of the false brothers secretly brought in, who had sneaked in to spy out our liberty, which we have in Christ Jesus, in order to bring us into bondage. Paul is just calling it out. He's saying, this is what happened. And that phrase, false brothers, is actually one Greek word. It's a compound word. We're familiar with the word Philadelphia. Phila meaning love, and adelphos, Adelphia, brothers. Philadelphia in Pennsylvania is a city of brotherly love. Well, this compound word is pseudo-adelphos, pseudo-brothers. They're fake brothers. They put on the right masks. They use the right vocabulary. They sing the right songs. They're in the right place at the right time. But they are not brothers. They're not in the family. They have not been redeemed and transformed. They're false brothers. So Paul is saying those of good reputation, those mature Christians, recognize the grace of God was extended to all humanity. And here's Titus representing all the rest of the world besides the Jewish people. And they did not compel him to be circumcised. They're not saying you have to become a Jew, participate in the old covenant, then you can become a Christian and participate in the new covenant. They're not saying that at all. They're saying the old covenant has been buttoned up. It's been folded up and put on the shelf. It's not current in our relationship with God through Jesus Christ. Now, the old covenant, Genesis through John, is delightful and very, very, very helpful. But it's not the covenant that we have with God through Christ. And these mature Christians in Jerusalem recognized that even though Titus was an uncircumcised Greek, he was a brother in Christ. And these other false brothers had sneaked in to steal that freedom, to spy out that freedom and bring us into bondage, back under that old law where you have this checklist. Do this, keep the Sabbath. Do that. Don't eat shellfish or pork, or don't eat all these foods. And you have to observe all these festivals in order to be pleasing to God. And that whole covenant has been ended. It's been fulfilled and finished. And now we have this new covenant that God has given to us through Christ. And it is a covenant of freedom. We are free. We have two laws. Love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no wrong to his neighbor. In fact, on those two laws, Jesus said, hang all the law and the prophets anyway. And the law of Christ is the law of love. So, don't be a false brother. Be a true, faithful follower of Jesus Christ and a joyful member of the family. God bless you. He loves you. And we love you too.